If you want to create a good live stream, it needs to be interactive, constantly engaging, and always keeping the viewer's attention. That's why the single input capture device is quickly becoming obsolete. No one wants to just bring a single camera into their computer anymore. They want to incorporate multiple camera angles, like an overhead shot for demonstrations, or an iPad for easy on-the-fly diagrams. While there are some software options available, if you don't have a powerful computer, you might start to hear the fan spin up or see the live stream itself stuttering, which is why I typically recommend hardware over software for streaming. Enter the OSEE GoStream M2, one of the most affordable options for doing just that. Thanks OSEE for sending this over to me to test out, and full transparency, I gave them a lot of feedback on this device, and they've been very receptive. That being said, it's made for a certain market. For those who are more advanced, this might not be for you, but for those that love simplicity and need simple switching between two inputs, this is definitely worth looking at. For anyone just getting into live streaming, whether from home or for a client, the M2 allows for seamless switching between two HDMI inputs. There's one HDMI output and connections for audio and monitoring. It's meant to be simple, affordable, and to simply just work. Priced at around $129, it's a competitive option for a two-input switcher. I've seen a few comments on the channel from people shocked at the sticker price of cameras and other streaming gear in the past, so I'm making this video specifically for people like you who need a simple device that only does a few actions but still takes your work to the next level. Here's what's in the box. The OSEE GoStream M2 comes with a USB-C cable for power and webcam connection to your computer, an HDMI cable, and a molded carrying case. On the back of the device, you'll find two HDMI inputs, one HDMI output, and a USB-C port that handles power and the camera feeds. The front of the device has mic, line, and headphone audio ports, all using standard 3.5mm jacks. Both HDMI inputs support 4K video signals up to 60 frames per second and comply with the HDMI 2.0 standard. The USB-C connection is a USB 3.0 UVC output. In layman's terms, your computer sees whatever video feed this device receives as a webcam input. After contacting OSEE, I confirmed that the outputs for both HDMI and USB are 1080p 60, with the device scaling the inputs accordingly. Most platforms don't stream in 4K yet, so this isn't a major drawback, but if you typically stream in 24 or 30 frames, it might be weird seeing your footage scaled to a different and higher frame rate. Perhaps they can provide an update in the future where this can be adjusted or even just auto sets based on the inputs. I'll demonstrate how to use this device in just a moment, so stick with me, but first, here are some key points to consider. Number one, there's no menu system. The HDMI and USB output resolutions can't be changed since there's no menu system. This isn't a big deal if you're streaming into Zoom or going live for personal projects. However, it would be nice to have the frame rate auto-detected based on the inputs. Perhaps this could be added in a future firmware update, but I realize this product is targeted to a certain audience and not necessarily the professionals. Number two, there's no internal recording. The M2 doesn't have internal recording capabilities, so no SD card slot or thumb drive slot, and no port for recording to SSDs, which is expected at this price point. It's designed as a capture device, so most users will record their streams using software like OBS. Alternatively, since you do have HDMI output, you could loop this into a recorder. Even higher-priced single-input capture devices often lack internal recording, making this a very reasonable trade-off. I'm not counting this against them, I just know that some people will ask, and no, you cannot split the USB-C output. Number three, no adjustable audio levels. This is the only notable concern that I'm seeing right away. Without a menu system, audio levels can't be adjusted, and there's no automatic gain control. So if you're using an audio interface or separate microphone, this won't be an issue, and since there is an audio input, you could manage the audio before it hits the device, and this seems to be what they intended. But if you plan to plug a mic directly into the unit, keep this in mind since you'll be needing to use something like OBS to tweak your levels before streaming out. Let's dive into how to use the OSEE GoStream M2. First, plug the M2 into your computer using the supplied USB-C cable. Connect your cameras to HDMI inputs 1 and 2. You can switch between them by pressing the 1 or 2 buttons on the device. For split screen functionality, there are 2 buttons for vertical and horizontal split screens. You can adjust the size of each screen using the size up or down buttons. This feature is great for side-by-side comparisons or dual camera angles during a live demonstration. The picture-in-picture mode offers even more versatility. There are 4 picture-in-picture buttons that allow you to place one camera feed in any of the 4 corners of the screen. Again, you can adjust the size of the inset camera using the size buttons. This is perfect for having a main camera on while the second camera shows a close-up of what you're working on. There are 2 primary use cases for the M2. For beginner streamers wanting to use multiple cameras, plug the M2 into your computer, connect your cameras, and switch between them using the device's buttons. The center button allows for automatic switching between inputs. For switching between a camera feed and a presentation, connect your iPad or a second computer to the M2 and you're ready to switch between the devices easily. The iPad will need an HDMI adapter cable. For advanced users, the M2 can serve as a secondary capture device for hybrid live streams where you need to return a video feed into a Zoom to a virtual guest with mix-minus audio being injected. I also like that since this has 2 camera inputs, you could take your program feed, which is your live stream, into input 1, and then you could additionally split an audience shot into input 2. So you can switch between showing your virtual guests what is live versus what is happening in the room. I'll link to that video where I talk about my mix-minus setup somewhere up here in the corner. The M2 offers 2 split screen options, vertical and horizontal, and they're adjustable in size using the size up or down buttons. 4 picture-in-picture buttons let you place one camera in each corner of the screen, and they're also adjustable in size. Overall, the OSEE GoStream M2 offers excellent value for its price. It's compact and designed for straightforward tasks, making it ideal for its specific market. While it lacks advanced features, you can easily supplement it with software like OBS, which is free and highly capable. It's also pretty rare that you'll find those advanced features in a device in this price range, so it fits right in the market with what they're going for. If the OSEE GoStream M2 fits your workflow and you're looking for a budget-friendly option, check the link down below to get one for yourself. Until next time.